Hello everybody, I'm Yu-Gi-Oh! Deckmaster, and it's time for another deck special! Hello everybody, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Deckmaster 41. I've tried recording this damn thing like a million times on my phone. I guess I just don't have much memory on there. So I'm trying it on my tablet. Let's see how this works. So I finally moved and got myself to a better place mentally, health speaking. Bipolar's a bitch. And I started going to a locals, DZ Comics, down here in Moore, Oklahoma. And, you know, a lot of good decks. Been having a lot of fun. It's allowed me to explore some options. And I've noticed these 60 card variant decks out there, 60 gig card decks like Cyberse, Outledge, and Based. And I decided, well, I can't afford, you know, the whole Souls engine or Adventure engine, but I wanted to make a 60 card variation. I call my variation R.I.D.E, which stands for Rocket Invoked DPE Outledge. And it's actually had some pretty good results, and this is my take on a 60 card build. Please let me know your thoughts and ideas down below, questions, and as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And with that, let's get started. Let's start off with the engines. We're going to start off, of course, with the Golden Lord engine, aka Outledge. We got two Golden Lords here. We got ourselves a Sam and a Dean for the supernatural enthusiasts. We got our honorary Golden Lord in 3 heavenly prisons, which can protect back row, summon itself, and if revealed to protect the back row, can also set any spell or trap you want from your deck, though it'll get banished at the end of your turn. Still, it's level 10, which allows you to go into rank plays with Golden Lord. We got 1 Elixir of Black Awakening to summon Golden Lord from your hand or deck, but mostly hand if you kind of draw them. Even in 60 cards, you can draw things. Triple Curse Outland to pay 8, feel great, and get your engine started. Triple Sanguine to summon Golden Lord or any zombie later on. You do run a lot of hand traps from deck or grave. Triple Conquistador for the pop. And 1 Haquero to banish from the grave, but usually you're going to send this off a Curse Outland to get your combo started. When it goes to the grave, it can send a Golden Lantern Golden Lord from the deck. And this will normally be what you send if you can help it. Of course, the Cursed, or the Golden Lands, as long as they didn't use their first effect, can banish themselves during the end of the turn to set a Elixir trap from deck or Elixir spell, and the Elixir cards can banish if they didn't use their first effect during your turn, except for Sanguine here can banish during either turn because it's a trap at any point, as long as it didn't use its first effect to set a Golden Land. Then we move on to the Golden Lord, or the Invoked package. Now, my ratios on this I would like to change a little, but I only got what I got to work with right now. I got 2 Alistair the Invokers. I'd like to get a 3rd, but I only have 2 at the moment. These are secret rare though, so I run 1 Invocation because it's just an engine, it's not the main focus, and triple Meltdown. Also secret. Everything's secret. Max rarity. Well, outside of Ultimate and I guess Collector's Rare, max rarity for both the Outledge and the Invoked engine. Everything's secret that can be secret, except Golden Lord, who's golden, and that's just because it fit the name so well. Now, what I want to do is cut 1 Meltdown for another Alistair. I think 2 Meltdown, 3 Alistair, 1 Invocation is a better ratio. Meltdown gets you Alistair, Alistair gets you Invocation, and Invocation allows you to go into your fusion plays. Then we got the Rocket engine. We got triple Rocket Tracer, which can pop a face-up card to summon a rocket from the deck, but then you're dark locked for the turn. We got one Metal Rocket Dragon. I want to replace this for Rocket Recharge, but I just didn't have it at the time, so any will do as long as it's a level 4 non-tuner. This allows for synchro plays and rank 4 Exceeds plays, but in most cases you will be dark locked. To help with that engine, you got triple quick launch, which summons a rocket from the deck, but it can't attack that turn and is destroyed during the end of the turn. E-tally for rockets, if you will. And one boot sector launch, which is needed to kind of get the combos going to where you want them to go. It's a field spell that can summon the rockets from your hand or grave, and this is needed if you want to be able to do Savage Dragon plays. Then, of course, we got the DPE engine of one Dasher, one Celeste, triple Destiny Fusion, or Fusion Destiny, sorry, to summon DPE. And that's it for the engines. Now we got the, I guess you could call it, what's good cards. We run triple Effect Veiler, triple Ash Blossom, double Ghost Ogre, double Ghost Spell. Half tempted and want your all's opinion of replacing this for Skullmeister or DD Crow. I don't know what's better. Is Ghost Spell better, Skullmeister better, or DD Crow better? And I want to run 2 of one of them, but I'm just not sure which one. Right now I'm going with Ghost Spell because it can affect a lot of things. And then, of course, triple Infinite Impermanence. You got the one of extra spell, the only other spell in the deck, Called by the Grave, because it's a combo deck. You know how this works. Combos get interrupted by the same hand traps you're playing. For traps, we got triple Ice Dragon's Prison, which allows for rank plays, synchro plays, sort of, in some ways. You could just beat the shit out of your opponent with it, or banish. It's just a universal good trap. We got triple Dimensional Barrier in the main. You can call anything, any type of summon pretty much except for Link Summon, normal or set, and basically blanket that summon and negate the effects of all monsters. Just make sure you don't have a monster of the same type that you're calling. Say you have an Exceed on the field, you call Exceeds, its effects will be negated. I've done that with Savage Dragon a few times, calling Synchro against Soul Sword, and crippled my own Savage, so be cautious with that. And then, of course, we got triple Solemn Strike and triple Solemn Judgment. Basically, counter traps that say, fuck you, and you go on with your turn. That's my 60 card build. It actually did really well at locals, so I'm pretty impressed with that. We'll move on with the extra. Of course, we got the MVP, as you can see in the thing, one Savage Dragon. This is the only way you're going to ever really get to this is with Rocket Tracer, and usually Metal Rocket, which is the one I'm running, or Rocket Recharge. And you're going to go about that with this. You will summon the rocket, link it into Striker, get the field spell, use Striker's second effect to pop itself to add the rocket back to hand. Then use the field spell to summon the rocket from hand. And since it's Tracer, Tracer can pop the field spell, summon out the other rocket if you didn't already draw it. And then you can Synchro into Savage and equip it with Striker for a one-time negate and a 500 point boost in attack. Of course, you got for the Eldritch links, you got one Salomon Grey Almirage, which helps get you into Purgatrio, and one Secure Gardena. Salomon Grey, you link off Alistair for, and then Secure Gardena, you link off Almirage for. And then you can banish these for either Makaba or Purgatrio. Of course, for the Eldritch aspects, get your Link Spider, get your Predaverte for the D-Fusion, which, by the way, Verte can also be summoned by Rocket Tracer. It Dark Locks you. Both this and DPE are dark, so you can actually go into that as an option. You could also run a second rocket, besides, like, you could run one Metal Rocket, one Rocket Recharger, if you could find the room. Maybe take out Called By or something. And then you'd be able to go into the engine more than once, which is always an option. Got one Nightmare Phoenix, just for back row poppage. Really, this could be anything you want. I just didn't know what else to put in. And then one BLS, because you run a lot of high levels. link them off into this. You get a monster that can't be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and can get really, really big and banish cards. Then for your Xyz, your win more options, I guess you could say, Raiders NITE. This is the Xyz going second. You will do with Rocket Tracer. Though Alistair can also, because he is dark, takes 2 darks to go into. You detach to basically upgrade into Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon, which if you detach, it gains the attack of all monsters currently on the field except itself, and it's 3,000 to start with, but it can be the only thing that attacks this turn, and if you detach and still have a Dark Xyz monster as material, you'll negate every other monster on the field's effects. So be careful when doing that. You always want to detach the Xyz unless you're okay, like detach the Raiders, basically, unless you're okay with blanketing your own card's effects, because it will negate their effects permanently too, but it also negates the opponent's, so that can win you games, and you can get this thing up really high. Of course, for the Outledge and Heavenly Prison aspect, Gustav, Max, and Leve for, you know, that beatdown train OTK aspect. And then, of course, you got DPE, Purgatrio, and Makaba. Omni Negate and OTK Maker. So all your engines have access to pretty much an OTK button, if you will. And the Invoked has a first turn Omni Negate, second turn OTK. Same with the Rocket Engine. You have a first turn either DPE or Omni Negate, and then a second turn either DPE or all out just brutal assault with Arc Rebellion. And even Outledge, I mean, you know, you keep the Outledge stuff on board to do the traps when going first, or go into when you can rank into the trains for game. And the cool part about this deck is going first, it's perfect. Going second, it sometimes has problems. So I made the side specifically 9 cards towards monster combo decks, 9 cards towards spell and trap decks, and the cards you side out are the 3 DPE, the 3 Solemn Judgment, and the 3D Barrier, because going second, those just don't do much. And you will side in for combo. I'd like to replace this with Regeki, but currently I only have 1 Regeki. So I'm working on that. And of course, you know, throw in the Nibiru token there too. That's 3 Nibiru, 1 Pank, 7, 8, 9. That's against combo, against spell and trap, universal uses. Get this all in the frame. And that's for spell and trap. Now, I'd like to take out a Twin Twisters for a 3rd Lightning Storm, but I can't afford a 3rd Lightning Storm, so this is the best I can do. But that is the side deck, the main deck, and the extra. Let me know your all's thoughts. Comment down below. And just, you know, discuss. Feel free to discuss. It's working out pretty good, but I'm always open to improvement ideas. And either other engines I may be able to incorporate at a later time. And with that said, as always, please take care of the ones you love, including the fur babies. And until next time, peace out, rock on.